Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I think I will call a special meeting of the Oklahoma City Economic Development Trust to order. It is 1:30 on Monday, May 12th, and so we go ahead. The first item on our agenda is to approve the minutes of the April 23rd meeting. And these minutes have been distributed to the trustees prior to the meeting. Are there any corrections or additions to the minutes?
No, but would move approval.
A motion made to approve the minutes. Do we have a second?
Second.
A motion made and second. Any further discussion? Please cast your votes. And that's okay. Next item is to ratify some claims against the trust. These claims have been distributed to the trustees previously. Are there any questions on the claims that were distributed? Most of them have to do with TIF for general fund. We have two gold issues on there, but they're both SIP program payments, so they're pretty routine. You can tell I've been in government too long when I say $600,000 is a routine.
Yeah.
Anyway, are there any questions? Chair would entertain a motion to ratify the expenditures then.
Move approval.
A motion made and second to ratify the payments. Please cast your votes. And they are ratified. Thank you very much. Next item on the agenda is items for individual consideration. And we've got just a few this morning, or this afternoon. The first one, item 4A, is the plans and specifications to be advertised for bids. The Oklahoma City Water Utilities Trust, the City of Oklahoma City Projects, PC 0395/14, WC-0824, SC-0918, Project 180 in several locations. Downtown area. Are there any comments, questions? We have an expert in the audience. We had a minute. There he is over there, our expert's over there.
Do you want to say anything, Eric? This is bid package number 7 of the Project 180 improvements, so it's the next phase. I think we're trying to get some things out to bid and under construction for later this summer.
Thank you, members of the trust. As we proceed with Project 180 improvements, I think most everybody's aware that we have Package 6A under construction now, and things are going really well. We have 6B that's still in design, and you might recall that's the portion that's in front of the Santa Fe hub. So we don't anticipate finishing up those plans until the summer as we coordinate that work with the architectural. This is Package 7, so I guess technically it's the last package, but it includes several sections. It's obviously work on Kerr, Park, Harvey, and Broadway. It includes 11 milestones, and that'll probably be the last comment that I'll make, is that we have broken the projects into much smaller areas of work to facilitate downtown businesses and trying to cause the least amount of disruption as possible. Construction is still terribly inconvenient, but we're finding that the new methodologies used on Package 6A are working really well, and contractors are meeting those milestones and actually completing some work early. So Package 7 has been designed to do just that as well.
I'm going to call your attention to the fact that Project 7, what we're talking about right now, has a total cost of over $13 million coming from TIF and GEO bonds and some Aqua funds. Are there any questions or comments? We've got the expert here. Hearing none, the chair would entertain a motion to approve.
So move.
A motion made and second. Any further discussion? Please cast your votes. And the item is approved. Thank you very much. Item 4B is a little more complicated, I think. Kathy, would you like to say something about item 4B?
Yeah, and I may get Brent and Wiley to help me with this one a little bit.
This is part of our original agreement with the Midtown Renaissance Group, requiring us to do a subordination agreement and a collateral assignment. And basically what this is the money that we incentivize for the project, we're allowing the bank to have a collateral interest in that money. So rather, if Midtown Renaissance is somehow in default to the bank gets first grab at the money. And that's all this is.
Are there any questions about us giving up our rights? The lawyers say it's okay, so
it's okay.
It must be okay. Any comments or questions?
Move approval. Second.
A motion made and second to approve item 4B. Are there any other comments or questions? If not, please cast your votes. Item 4B is approved. Thank you very much. Wally, thank you, sir. Item 4C is a joint contract for engineering services with the City of Oklahoma City and Crafton Toll and Associates, project MS0049, sidewalk improvements for a total of about $3.3 million. Kathy, you want to say something about this one?
Yeah, this is a citywide contract, but it does allocate some TIF funds to repair sidewalks in the downtown TIF district. So we are a part of the $3 million. We're not funding the entire $3 million. You can see about $385,000 was allocated from TIF 2 for these repairs. But what we've been doing is kind of a survey of downtown sidewalks to find the places where sidewalks are missing or in very bad repair, trying to identify those and go back in and repair them.
Any questions or comments? Just a question. We've got some sidewalks downtown that are pavers. Are we going to deal with that also? We've got some downtown sidewalks that are pavers, and they're different heights, and they cause a tripping problem. Are we going to address that issue as well?
It depends where the site is. We've kind of identified some areas. If you could, we can get together after the meeting, you give me more specifics, we could see if we can fit that in there.
Thank you.
I think most of the areas we're talking about, there'll be concrete sidewalks, places where the concrete sidewalks are missing or they're falling apart. Some of the places where you're probably talking about in the Central Business District that are pavers, along Park Avenue, for example, will be addressed as a part of Project 180 as we move into the repairs on Park Avenue.
If we ever want the city to be a walkable city, we're going to have to provide safe places for people to walk.
Absolutely. That's exactly what we're trying to do. I don't like those pavers either.
Well, they tend to get uneven. They look nice initially.
They're really hard when you wear high heels.
Well, I mean,
Sorry. Notice I have my microphone off.
thank you very much. Item 4D is final. I'm sorry.
These improvements to these sidewalks have nothing to do with the MAPS money and sidewalk across the city and so on?
The joint contract that you're approving today is actually taking advantage of work that we're actually doing as a part of the city's general fund sidewalks. You notice the MAPS 3 is mentioned in your memo where you're using the MAPS 3 master plan to identify the locations for the city portion of the contract. But as Mr. Bryant mentioned, we're actually using some of the TIF monies to do some enhancements in Midtown and Bricktown just as a convenience. So it allows us to use the same consultant, Crafton Toll, to actually do the work. And so with that, it makes it a larger project and a little quicker to us to implement.
The answer is we're going to install these mini sidewalks. They're not big enough to walk on, but they'll be nice looking. Any more comments on item 4C before we vote on it?
Move approval.
And motion made and second to approve item 4C. Please cast your votes. Item is approved. Item 4D, I started to read about final specifications to be advertised for bids with the City of Oklahoma City, Project TC 0438, signal installation and repairs, TIF money, estimated cost $525,000. And we've got the expert here again to talk about that project.
Thank you. We actually implemented this contract last year, so this is going to be a new set of specifications that goes out for us to be able to repair or even stand up new Project 180 style signals, light fixtures, and the other street type furniture. They may be included as a repair to one of the older packages that's already been completed. For example, if we have a knockdown, traffic, something happens and a vehicle knocks down one of the poles, this contract will allow us to stand that pole back up. But it also provides for when we have corporate sponsors or we have other partnerships created downtown that want to do 180 improvements, we have a contract in place to buy additional fixtures through a contract and actually put them into the downtown streetscapes.
I have a question. Then I was hit up Saturday night at the concert about the traffic jam at Walker and Couch. People trying to cross Walker and they couldn't see because there were so many cars in the intersection. Is there any consideration at all, Eric, about putting some kind of traffic device in there that operates only on nights when there's a concert or some function at City Hall, at Civic Center?
There is, and I think one of the other Project 180 projects that's getting ready to go out is, of course, the City Hall lawn project, and there's some additional enhancements around the City Hall site similar to the Bicentennial Park, and we should be able to address those at that time, but we want to coordinate that work with the City Hall construction.
As long as it's on your radar, that's the important thing.
With all the two-way traffic that we have now versus one-way, we still have old light fixtures that don't allow for left turn opportunities, and it adds a little bit of congestion. Is there foresight to change some of those that are more highly trafficked so that that does allow for left turn?
I think there are some areas of downtown that we see, and I think a lot of them are being caused from maybe current construction, but we are willing to look at problematic areas and see what other workarounds or redesigns or new construction might be put into the future. I think we do note that in our downtown traffic advisories that go out on Fridays, that we do have a number of streets that either have limited access, or in a few cases, we have a few streets still shut down downtown. I would suspect that once that construction completes, that we're going to see some freedom of access return.
Any other questions on item 4D? Chair will entertain a motion to approve it.
Move to approve.
A motion made, second. Any further discussion on item 4D? Please cast your votes. And the item is approved. Thank you very much. Next item are comments from the staff, comments from the trustees, comments from the public. Hearing none, we are adjourned. Thank you very much.